And so my challenge to anybody here is you need to learn to engage, and you need to prioritize where you're going to engage. The presentation that you see here and many others like it on the internet will tell you about the huge demographic changes that are happening today and where the different generations are going to engage with companies and with each other. Conversations are happening between your customers now about you online, and if you're not participating in that process, you're losing an opportunity. And so my challenge to everybody here tonight about the why is you need to get in and help influence what people are saying about you, help respond. Social media is not a fix-all for your marketing or anything else, but it can help improve your processes, help improve your customer support, help you refine your product if you're willing to engage in that conversation with your customers about the quality of the solution, the services, and things that you provide. And so for us, social media is all about engagement with the customer, engagement in a conversation more than it is about broadcasting our message or trying to control our message or influence our message. So this presentation and others that are on the internet, if you even just go to YouTube and say, why social media, you're going to find hundreds and hundreds of hours of presentations with tips and tricks and ideas about things that you should be thinking about in your social media marketing strategies. And I would encourage you to look at and prioritize and have a plan for how you want to engage your customers. Facebook by far is one of the most heavily used, and indeed here at the Chamber we see the majority of our traffic of the 24,000 visits we had to our website just last month. I forget, Paige, was it 80 or
88%?
88% were referrals from Facebook coming toward us. Okay, and so you really want to figure out and strategize where you want to start. There are hundreds of different things that you can do, from blogging to broadcast email to different sites that will help you promote and engage your customers in a conversation. Personally, I think, based on the statistics and things that we see, that Facebook would be a great first place to build your business presence online. I would also encourage you to look at a book that I find extremely helpful called Socialnomics. And if you look that up, the gentleman who wrote that is in Wikipedia. Has a lot of really incredible statistics about what the opportunities present around social media and how people are engaging in that conversation. So,
what was that book again?
Socialnomics. I think, was it right there at the end of that presentation, or is it?
I think it was.
Yeah. And so, we'll be happy to provide you with a reference to that material. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it on eBay and other things, but and it's an excellent book. So that's my.
Questions for Ryan?
Yes, I have a question. How do you deal with businesses that have a high level of regulation and where your free speech rights are severely limited?
Give me an example.
Well, I'm in a business where social media, as far as I know, once you put it on there, it's worldwide.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
Where I'm in a business that you can't have free speech outside of a state that you're not licensed in, for instance. So is there a way to, get the information out there but yet restricted to particular geographic regions? Is that even a possibility?
No, there's not a lot of capability to really restrict that, although if you're in China, you're restricted.
Right, censorship, right.
Yeah.
Well, I have U.S. censorship,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
which is probably more severe.
So one of the things I would consider looking at, and I think this is a great way to engage people, is provide something of value. It can be related on a tangent to what you do. So there's a number of folks out there, for example, local children's hospital had an application developed that you put in the height and weight of your child, and it'll tell you what kind of car seat to buy, type of thing. And so that's a very valuable application that parents really like. and it builds awareness of the hospital and their capabilities to take care of children, but they're not selling car seats, right? But they're providing a valuable application that you can use. Another company, very creative company that I learned about a couple weeks ago, it's a gentleman goes in, watches every movie that comes out, and his application is called Run P. And basically what it does is when the movie starts, you start a timer, you say what movie you're in, you start the timer when the movie starts, and it tells you when the opportune time is to run pee, and it tells you what you missed while you're out of the movie, so you don't miss the particular thing. Okay, it's a great catch that helps hook them, but that's not his business. He's not a movie producer or anything else like that, but it's something that is of interest and value that helps build awareness and engagement in what you're doing. And so if you can find things that are going to be of value to people, that they can engage with you, and what we see a lot of is there's a lot of social engagement for the common good. The idea of we're all in this together, it's all, it's Greenpeace, love, and all of these types of things. If you're providing those kinds of valuable resources or things that people can engage in, something creative and fun like that, it can go viral, as they say, and really bring a lot of recognition, but engagement from your customer base.
You can also engage with statistical things like every 5 minutes a 7-year-old boy breaks his arm. Things that are really not crossing the line when it comes to those state regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And what do you say?
I would say maybe you wouldn't use Facebook. Maybe you'd use a different platform where it's not, everyone can't see it. Maybe it's like a blog where people that you not connected to it have a password to log in.
I actually did that. I actually
like
did that for a while. I had a website where you had to go through a filter before you could actually come onto the website. So if you said you were from a state that, for instance, I wouldn't be licensed in, you couldn't even get access to the site. But then, we're so heavily regulated that I actually took down the site after a while. I said,
Who's your ideal customer? Is there a target? And that's my thought is if you can define who that customer is, or that vertical that you're after, or something of that nature, if you can figure out something that would be of value to them, that doesn't necessarily compromise what you can and can't say, but maybe factual information or data or data together that's already out there, but creating, showing it in a valuable way.
Yeah, well, our business is sort of goes along two lines. We have an institutional line which works with banks and credit unions, and we also we dominate that space actually already without doing a lot of stuff that we're talking about here today. And then we have our individual services, where we work with individual clients and that aspect of it. But in the structure that I'm in, we have like a parent corporation. We're all supposed to responsible for running our own show. Right? So I'm sort of in this position of, well, I need to have exposure. I need to have my name out there. But at the same time, I'm dealing with so many of these regulatory issues that, how do I do that? And we have a very fierce, the auditors are right there. Okay, so there's no squeezing by on much of anything. So anyway, I appreciate your response. I don't want to dominate everything here.
Just one response for you. I've worked with a financial advisor, so basically I don't work with financial advisors for anyone dealing with that, because the problem is they have too many regulations.
Right.
So in your instance, something like LinkedIn would probably be the best solution, because that's going to show you where they come in there and voluntarily look at your information, and you're not necessarily pushing.
Right.
So there's certain platforms that work for different businesses, but when it comes to doing investments, don't deal with the headache. It wastes too much time. You need your time. Don't deal with worrying about what you might post or something. That's just probably not the avenue that you want to go.
Yeah, okay.
Can you build your personal brand? Can you build something about your brand, not necessarily the company's brand? Your expertise. Your background.
Not really, though. The way the regulations read is you're sort of all one and the same. So we don't get to have that division. Like I say, our basically, thanks to 9/11, our free speech rights have been taken away. So
I heard something over here.
No, I was gonna say, I think you can go the other direction of just focus on actual totally social behavior. So that if you put up your page and you know your demographics, as Ron was talking about, and then you make a conscientious effort to like pages that demographic would like, so that you start showing up in other people's profiles without really talking about your business, but leading people to start to track and say, so it's sort of curating content that your audience would be interested in
Right.
without referring to your actual
Yeah, and
business.
I'm actually, from my own psychological makeup, I'm actually much more comfortable with that.
Yeah, so you don't have to talk business at all. Just-
We can just put facts forward.
Thank you.
Are you allowed to give advice on there?
No.
See, and that's where, so if you put facts, but that's why, I guess, the foundation of, you're putting facts on there. What is the end goal? Like, you're gonna put facts, there are certain facts that might not be facts when it comes to that, so if you're putting information on there, what is your end goal anyway, because you can't really give advice if somebody has, so that's gonna be a slippery slope.
Right.
Not if they have actual contact via telephone or email or anything, that's not.
Right, but if you're giving facts, are you giving advice? Like,
Yeah, actually, by their definition, it's
Yeah.
considered advertising,
Right.
and,
Can
you
you
know, all that
reference
has to
the
be
parent
submitted for
company?
clearance. right.
exactly.
Can you like reference the parent company?
Oh, I could, yes,
With
yeah,
facts.
they encourage that.
So maybe you can take a fact and reference the parent company as the resource that you got the fact from.
Okay. Well, my question is, in your professional opinion, do you think that social media is not very good outlet for some businesses?